Here are 5 scams in 5 minutes. In 2020, a Girl Scout troop was set up outside a supermarket in Redondo Beach, California, when their next customer was this woman walking a small dog. The woman approached and bought 8 boxes of Girl Scout cookies, which she paid for with a $100 bill. The girls handed her her change, which was $60. The woman went inside the store, did some shopping, and when she came back out, she kindly bought 2 more boxes of Girl Scout cookies with another $100 bill. After she left, the girls ran up to their troop leader, very excited about these 2 $100 bills they now had. But when the troop leader felt the bills with her fingers, she could tell something was off. Even though they looked normal, they just didn't feel like cash, and it was later confirmed that the bills were in fact counterfeit. In total, this woman had made off with $50 worth of cookies and $150 of the Girl Scouts' real money. On average, local troops only make about $1 on every box of cookies they sell. The rest goes to the Girl Scouts organization. So this troop would have to sell roughly another 200 boxes just to break even on the money they lost from this woman ripping them off. So I hope this dirtbag is proud of herself for using these Girl Scouts as a means for laundering counterfeit bills. A 22-year-old from Spain named James Gilbert Quartang scammed Amazon out of $370,000. How did he do it? Dirt. His scheme was a rather simple one. He would order products off Amazon, keep the merchandise, then fill the shipping box with dirt so that it matched the exact weight of the product, send it back to Amazon, and be reimbursed for the return. He would then turn around and put that item up for sale. James took advantage of a major flaw with Amazon's return procedure, which is when Amazon receives a return package, there isn't someone that actually opens it up to make sure you sent back what you were supposed to. It's just scanned, weighed, and put on a shelf. He became so good at this that he recruited another man named Juan, his friend, or boyfriend according to some sources, and for years they continued the Amazon dirt scheme, even setting up their own web store where they would sell new products like iPhones for a discounted price. The scam was finally busted after Amazon checked one of the packages only to find dirt, which led to an investigation. In 2019, both men were arrested and released on bond awaiting their trial. In 2018, a 39-year-old woman named Wendy George pleaded guilty to 10 counts of obtaining property by false pretenses, 1 count of using a computer to perpetuate a fraud, and 1 count of medical fraud. But what exactly did she do? For years, she scammed at least 20 victims out of money by going onto social media platforms and adoption websites and tricking them into believing that she would let them adopt her unborn baby. The only thing was, she was never pregnant. But to make them think she was, she paid a pregnant friend $20 to go to a clinic and have an ultrasound conducted in her name so she could send them some images as proof. Victims would send her money for food, doctor's appointments, and housing. She even received Medicaid benefits from the Department of Social Services by faking a positive pregnancy test using the urine of that same pregnant friend. Some victims became suspicious of George, and when they Googled her name, they found that she had an extensive criminal history which showed she was a bit of a scam artist. After filing complaints with police, an investigation was opened up, which led to her being arrested and then later sentenced to a maximum of 64 months in prison. In 2020, Vietnamese police raided a warehouse and discovered something extremely gross. About 800 pounds of used condoms. Condoms as far as the eye could see, in baskets and bags and bowls. Condoms being hung up to dry, and condoms being reshaped on wooden phalluses. In total, there were around 345,000 used condoms inside this facility. When police interviewed the owner, she said she had been receiving used condoms once a month from a source she wouldn't name. The condoms were being boiled in water, dried, reshaped, then repackaged and sold as new. In fact, police found thousands of used condoms that had already been packed and ready for sale. But it wasn't clear just how many condoms had already been sold. Sick. Here's a scam to look out for because it could easily happen to you. People in several states across the country reported getting letters from the popular soda brand Dr. Pepper. When they open the letter, they find a check inside for $2,000 and a note that offers to pay them if they put a Dr. Pepper decal on their car as advertising. All the person has to do is deposit the check and email Dr. Pepper a copy of the deposit slip, and then they can get started. Seems like easy money. The check looks legit, it has the person's name on it, and the name of a real bank. But of course, this is all a scam, and if you deposit that check, not only would the check bounce, but you might have to pay the bank the full amount for the fraudulent check. Plus, the scammer would have your bank account information because you sent them your deposit slip. And this scam isn't limited to just Dr. Pepper. People have reported receiving scam checks from other soda brands, energy drinks, even beer companies. So don't fall for it, and definitely don't deposit one of these checks. That's it for today's scam. If you enjoy scam stories like these, hit that subscribe button with your pointer finger, and definitely not your thumb because you might miss. So until next time, keep your eyes open for scams.